Hi guys, welcome back to Vlog Media. It's me, Mark, and one of my previous students, Russell, have asked me a question. So he asked me, how am I gonna get connections if I'm quite new to a certain business, which is called a startup? So I studied MBA about 4 years ago, and my great professor in California is Chris. He told me about the value of connections. Connections is basically not necessarily your friends though, but they can be your friends, family, etc. But connections is really important because in business world, especially in the entrepreneur world, your net worth is your network, because basically you're basically nothing without your network. It's actually your network is going to help you with all your endeavors, and in order for you to fuel the success to business, you need your network. So dwelling on this topic, it made me think that I should make a vlog about it. So I think the first thing about getting connections from zero to a hero is the first thing about connections is all about empathy. So the way how you made them feel, because we are all humans, and humans are very emotional creatures. So to get your connection has to like you first. That's the most important thing about having a connection. So in the business world, especially in the Silicon Valley world, we were taught that you need to bond first before you do the business. You don't go to business straight away, because the likelihood of being rejected is almost 100%. You don't go up to somebody and say, okay, I got a business, but you don't know that person. So first thing first is bond first before doing the business. Don't go straight to business. So it's like a dating game. So you need to get to know your connections, and your connections we want to get to know you first. So in order you can get to the business or what you want to do. So also, if you get to know your connections, you will know how to gauge them and how to approach them, because every person is very different in their own ways. For me, so bond first is a really important thing. Next is you need to learn about the value of listening. So listening is an important part. It's an important part of a human interaction, because listening fosters you make a certain person more important by listening. Listening is such an easy term. It's such a it's a value. However, not everyone is actually capable of listening. Yes, not everybody listens. Not everybody can listen. I know a lot of people who don't know how to listen. They don't have their ears because they're too narcissistic. So, in short, try not to be narcissistic and be more receptive, and try to listen, because listening creates an empathy, and you get to understand what your connections are looking for, and they're basically telling you who they are. And that's a very important thing when you get to know your connections, because for them to speak out, and you get to know what they are, what they want, so you can actually make your approach in how to create, how to deal with business. So the important part of the game is get to know who your connections are in order how to approach them quite right. So another important thing about listening fosters relationship. Relationship is all about the pinnacle of business, because without relationships you won't be able to trust your connections. So listening is actually a very, very vital part of a relationship. And relationship is actually, like every other human beings, relationship is all about supply and demand. So when you listen to someone, you're actually getting what their demands are indirectly. So indirectly, you're trying to process what their demands are. So you can now supply the right things now. So you can supply them with the right empathy, because humans are looking for empathy, and they like someone who understands them. So it's that important, because supply and demand. So when they talk to you, you get to know what their demands are, and you supply them with what they need. So you need empathy, and humans long for empathy, and that creates relationship, and relationship creates trust, and therefore you have this connection with this person, and when you have this connection with this person, you can actually create something like a business. In the entrepreneurial world, you can create business that actually will foster more connections, and you can actually work together, hand in hand. That's the power of listening and empathy. I used that after my MBA. I used that, and of course, I'm also family medicine. I learned about human emotions, and it actually works. It always works. It doesn't work for all, but it works for all those who you are actually in tune with all the time. And let's get to the next other pointers. So basically, human emotions are very important because they play a vital role to communications every day, and you need that listening skills and empathy to foster good connections. Now, I've written down some pointers wherein you can gather more connections once you've established the emotional part of being a human, which is, listening and empathy. So I've written down some things in my computer here, so we're going to discuss them one by one. It won't be extensive, but it's going to be practical. So the next thing is, when you want to gather more connections, you need to leverage the power of the internet. So right now, as I'm talking to you, I'm using a free social media platform called YouTube. So it's free and it doesn't cost anything aside from my camera and of course my time talking to you guys and doing a little bit of research here and there, and with my expertise I'm trying to share to you. So social media is actually one of the important pointers where you can get connections. Now, leveraging social media is important because you can get followers, and your followers can become your connections when they reach out to you. So for example, I'm using this social media where I can get more followers in the future, which I hope I could, and it helps me to grow my community as well. So social media is that important. It's actually indispensable. So yeah, so you can leverage it through Facebook, you can leverage it to Instagram, and if you're a professional looking for professional connections, almost all the time you can use LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is actually a different kind of social media wherein it's more of a professional one. So it's not really, it's a bit different from Facebook. And I do want you guys to have a LinkedIn account. It's a professional account wherein you want to get connected with business people and professionals. And just to tell you a story, I've created my own LinkedIn account about a few years ago. So my professor told me how to leverage LinkedIn, and which I will be probably teaching, or most likely be teaching in the next videos. So LinkedIn is actually a very professional account, and I've tried to make articles during the COVID pandemic, and I've been doing that ever since. And I tried to make 2 or 3 articles, or just try to be active almost daily for about 15 minutes in LinkedIn, and almost every 10 days you get an offer. People will reach out to you. So LinkedIn is actually one of those important professional social media wherein you can actually leverage these connections around the globe. So it's not limited to your environment, but it is actually limited to the world around you, which is an expansive world, and you can actually reach out internationally. So I've been using this LinkedIn as a social tool to leverage my connections around the globe. It's growing, yes, and I'm going to continue on leveraging LinkedIn. So it's one of the examples for me, but again, you guys might have other examples. But if you know some example, please comment down below and share to us what social media platforms are you using to leverage your connections. So let's go to the next one. So next is try to attend events. So events can be a social event, it can be a party, it can be a friend inviting you out for a night out. So try to leverage those events where try to use empathy and listening skills when you talk to someone, because most likely if you've been invited to an event, you'll be likely meeting people who are new, and the power of listening skills is actually very, very important in social events, because people talk, and if you're the listener, and they will tend to like you because you listen a lot. So yes, try to listen. I know I'm speaking right now because nobody's speaking to me, so but if you can speak to me, guys, yes, I would listen to your stories, and definitely we could have a good connection for business. So another one is try to join professional organizations. So for me, I'm a doctor in MBA, so if I will attend these events, like social events for physicians or for the medical field, I will get connections because I would approach people, introduce myself, and try to get to know them. So I can get connections from that. Aside from that, if you're also trying to get try to join societies. So I tried to join a special society about a year ago, and I met a lot of friends, a lot of good people around me, and it has leveraged my connections. Now I've extended my connections to different universities around UK. So I've got my connections in Oxford University, in Bristol University, University of Birmingham, and expanding. So I really like that social gathering. So you need to have those you need to have a society wherein you can join, wherein that society can foster you and nurture you as a better individual. That, guys, can actually help you in getting good connections. So, in addition, you need to be an influencer at one point. So if you share something that you're so passionate with, and people will reach out to you. Like an example is, I tried during the COVID pandemic, I tried to create articles about COVID. Now the main objective for that is actually to alleviate fear, because people are a lot fearful during those times, because those times there were a lot of uncertainties what's going to happen tomorrow or the next part of the year. So I tried to make articles that are factual, and people reach out to me. And there was even an event wherein someone from United Nations asked me to work for them. Unfortunately, I tried to decline because I don't have any vaccine yet. But again, the important part here is actually when you try to give value to others, people will get to know you and would want to get to know you more. So you don't have to reach to them, but they will reach out to you for them to get to know you. Isn't it amazing? It is. Okay, so, and also try to seek mentorship. So for me, I have a mentor who is actually the MBA professor from Silicon Valley. Chris, yes, thank you very much for guiding me through this years about MBA. And of course, having a mentor is like having a Yoda. So yes, so having a Yoda is very important, because your mentor can actually help you in how to connect with other people. Like for example, I led an MBA, and of course it's an invaluable tool for us to get connections, and try to find one, and definitely you can find one out there. And if you can't find one, then try to look for good examples. Well, if I can't find examples, how do I do that? Well, try to watch YouTube videos wherein you try to listen to your favorite person. Like for example, my favorite person is let's say Warren Buffett, who is actually very good in investing. I listen to him. And I'm also a fan of Elon Musk as well. Well, I'm a fan because he's of his about his futuristic vision about humanity. So I try to listen. It kind of motivates me as well. Another one is Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington is an actor, and I usually watch his videos. I watch his motivational videos, and I get inspired, and that helps me create more content about what I do. And of course, if people like it, then they will reach out to you. So that's a good thing about leveraging mentors directly or virtually. And lastly, try to volunteer and contribute. So volunteering creates a lot of motivation, and it uplifts a person actually. So if you volunteer in certain activities, you can meet a lot of volunteers who are in themselves givers actually in their own field. So try to attend charity events, because high net worth individuals would want to give back to society. And if you try to volunteer, high net worth individuals would also want to volunteer. They just wanted to give back to society for free. So if you do volunteer in these activities as well, it would be a good opportunity, because you will meet these people, you will meet amazing people. And from these activities, which is virtually free, you'll get something in return, which is actually the connections of high net worth individuals, or really amazing people who can actually foster you to become a better individual, or foster you to create a new business together. So try to volunteer. I know some people would not want to volunteer because it's for free. No, it is for free because you want to give back to society. And that's the meaning of actually a business and having an entrepreneur. And connection is actually your network. Okay, so your network is actually your net worth, and that's the take there. So again, if you like this video, please click like, share, subscribe, and please comment down below in the comment section about what you think about connections. Are they important to you? How could you leverage your connections? Do you have any other ideas? Please share to us in this video below. So again, see you in the next video, and I hope you like this video. So I would like to provide more content every week, hopefully, if not every day, but I can't. But yeah, I'll try my best to. And yeah, so thank you very much for listening and following me into this vlog media of mine. Thank you. I'll try to build a community as well in using this YouTube video. So again, thanks and bye. See you next See you on the next video. Bye, guys. So if you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.